How do we fund non-public education? What does the First Amendment permit us to do? If you can answer that problem, then you can open up the floodgates to money. And that is the issue in terms of funding yeshivas that many people care about. It isn't merely a matter of my standing here and saying we're going to pretend we'll try to do it. We did it. We did it. Avi was the chair of the commission that looked at this issue, figured out what we could do that was both legally appropriate, that would satisfy the toughest scrutiny of the courts, and then also be politically feasible in the budget. And so we opened up funding streams that had not been accessible before. In the context of that, which we tried to do but didn't succeed, we put in tax credits in my first budget as governor. So this is something where I have not only said, here's what we want to do, here's something that we will, in fact, push for. This is not merely an illusory promise for something down the road. Let me talk briefly. You're on a tight time constraint. I see my friend John Katsimatidis is here. He's looking at the rubble right now. Where's John? He's right here. There, you went over there. All right. But you were hearing from many, many candidates today. Look at the record I had as Attorney General. What I did was take an office that had been asleep, that had not thought creatively about any of the raft of issues within its jurisdiction, turned it upside down, built the best law firm in the nation to confront issues, whether it was Wall Street, housing, the environment, discrimination. The Sears case, again, Avi was involved in that, where we focused on the issue of discrimination against Orthodox Jews and set a national standard. It wasn't just Wall Street, where we did things that were creative, that were new, that defined a new approach to the law in terms of the remedies we imposed. The Sears case created a new standard of remedies in terms of how people who are Orthodox would be dealt with in the context of one of the largest, at least then, not so much anymore, one of the largest companies in the country. What does the Office of Controller mean for this community? And I hate to be crass, but money is power. The Controller's office has money. Money is where we determine where to invest, how to invest it, who oversees it, and also where to invest in the infrastructure of the city of New York. I think anybody who's going to be mayor, and I look forward to working with any of the candidates who's going to be elected, we know housing shortage is issue number one, right? Here in this community, across the state, across the city, we could, within the context of the pension funds, within the context of our fiduciary duty, and keep in mind, these funds are underperforming, $400 million in fees every year, underperforming. Had we taken a larger percentage of those funds, built middle-class, low, affordable housing in the city of New York, we would have gotten a return on capital, solved some of the problems in our communities, permitted the influx of people that continue to make this city an amazing place. That is the sort of thing we need to do, and do it smart, wise. We can do it. This is an office with untapped powers, jurisdiction that goes way beyond what people have understood. What I'm going to do with that office is what I did with the AG's office, transform it, what we were doing with the governor's office. And again, Avi, who was head of the Lower Manhattan Development Corporation for many years, will tell you we thought creatively about every position. What can we do that is different, that is important? So that's what I did. That's what I look forward to doing as controller. And what I've asked the public, and what the public is responding affirmatively to, is the question, balance it all out. Look what I did. Fighting for you, confronting tough issues. You know my failures, you know my sins, you know what I've learned from it. In the totality, do you want somebody with my skill set to be your controller? The answer so far has been yes. Because as I've said, and I wish it were my line, it was a clever turn of phrase, I made mistakes, but I've made a difference. Making a difference is what this is all about. And that's what I can say to you when I look at you and I know the concerns we as a community have, and I say we advisedly. I've been attentive to them, I've thought about them, not as a matter of politics, but as a matter of belief. Because again, for me, politics is not a profession, it's a cause. If it's a profession, I'd be doing something else. If it's a profession, you just want one job after another. You climb the system, you do the political machinations, make promises you don't believe in. If it's a cause, you do what you believe in. That's a very fundamentally different approach to life. So I thank you.